Hello, beautiful souls. My name is Tina from Quantum Healing with Tina. I'm a Beyond Quantum Healing practitioner, spirit releasement therapist, and intuitive empath. And today I just wanted to jump on and explain or try to explain on the fly what exactly is Beyond Quantum Healing and how it can help you. I've gotten a lot of questions recently from people who have no idea what quantum healing is, where it began, how it can help them. And I have to admit, I have a really difficult time explaining it because it is quantum and very much difficult to put into words. But basically, it's based on the idea, on the fact that we all have the innate wisdom and intelligence within us that allows for healing. We're all connected to a prime creator or source. We have that spark of light within us. We are gods. We are creators. That is who we are. And humanity has forgotten that. No one teaches us that. And in fact, it's like the best kept secret. So what quantum healing allows us to do is to tap back into that higher knowing, that higher part of ourselves that is connected to all that is. You know, down here in the physical body, we have the mind, the conscious mind. And the conscious mind is very useful for us. But it's really the subconscious mind that is running the show most of the time. 95% of the day, we are running on a subconscious program. And we are all programmed and conditioned from birth to believe certain things, to behave in certain ways, to feel certain ways. And so as we grow through life, we carry these things with us that were programmed from childhood throughout our lives. And it's these subconscious beliefs that are usually running the show. So if we're not healed. So basically it's like your inner child. If you haven't done the healing work, your inner child is running the show. And most of us as adults don't even realize that that's the case, right? Because we're in adult bodies. We think we're adults, but it's really our traumatized children that are in control. And, you know, every time a trauma happens, not even as children, but as adults as well, every time a trauma happens, a piece of our soul can fragment off and fractalize and also create a sub-personality, meaning that we dissociate from the body when something traumatic happens and unconsciously create a part of ourselves that is stuck in that time, the time that that trauma created. And those are the aspects of us that we carry with us through our lives that are in control. Those unhealed parts of us. That's why a lot of us struggle so much with healing, because we don't understand why we're not happy, or why we don't feel good enough, or why we seem to be stuck and can't seem to get anywhere. And so what quantum healing allows us to do is to get past the thinking conscious mind and tap into the subconscious so that we can see where the root of our suffering really is. And in a session, you'll be taken to memories or metaphors. Sometimes our subconscious mind will show us metaphors for what we need to know. The last session I had with a client, she didn't see any quote unquote past lives. She didn't even really see She didn't see any memories from this life at all. She just saw metaphors for what she needed to know and what she needed to heal from. It's difficult to explain a quantum healing session because every single session is different. Every single person is unique. So you will get what's best for you. If you don't believe in past lives, you're not going to see past lives. You might see metaphors. This particular client didn't have any past lives. This was her first life as a soul straight from source. So that's why she didn't see any past lives. And this system of quantum healing can work for anyone with any belief systems. You don't have to believe in a certain thing. It works with whatever you believe. So if you don't believe in past lives, then you probably won't see past lives. You might be taken to memories from this life as a child and where your suffering and trauma and hurt comes from in this life. People that do believe in past lives may be taken to past lives where they experience certain things that explain what is happening to them now and how that relates to their current reality. Because the idea is that we carry forward all of the trauma and suffering. Not all, some. If it's unresolved, we'll carry forward that trauma into this life, this current life. And if you really want to get technical about it, everything is happening now. So all the lives that we're living simultaneously are all influencing each other. But since we're in this one point of view, this is where our focus is now. Those lives, I see it kind of like we're in the middle and those lives are around us and they're all kind of influencing us in a certain way. So being in that relaxed state of hypnosis and getting past the conscious mind allows us to tap into those things that we wouldn't have access to otherwise, because our thinking mind's always engaged. It's always on the go. This allows us to resolve trauma from this life or other lives, break old contracts, vows, agreements from past lives that we might be carrying forward and don't know about. We might have an agreement to poverty or the lack of abundance, things like that, or contracts with people, other souls that we've made contracts with to explore different things that we wanted to learn in this life before we came down. Some of those contracts are good, some of them are for our growth, and some of them aren't so good. And we can break those vows or agreements that you have with other souls if your lesson is complete and you seem to be like stuck in the cycle. Emotional issues, emotional, mental, physical, spiritual, anything. We can we could do anything. That's why it's so hard to explain it in words, because words are so limiting. But basically any issues you have, whether that's, whether you're struggling with depression and anxiety or illness, health issues, chronic illness, acute illness, usually there's a root cause to those problems, an energetic root cause that we're not consciously aware of. And when they say that we create our illness, I'm sure you've heard that before, that we create our illness or disease, that also means that we can heal from it, that we are in control. If we know the root cause of something, we can heal it. We are powerful beings, multidimensional, beautiful beings of light. We aren't just this physical 3D body. We are these huge spirits, these huge light beings, and we exist on many different levels of reality. So the idea is to tap into those higher aspects of us that have the ability to heal us to heal the body, to heal the soul, to heal the mind. Sometimes all it takes is one session to really get to the root of everything you're experiencing. It could be one memory that explains everything you're experiencing. And so when we look at that memory and understand why it happened the way it did and how it relates to what you're going through now, you may be instantly healed from that just in the understanding of it. Let me give you an example. So, really simple, really simple example. So a man has neck pain and he's gone to doctor after doctor after doctor, and nobody can explain to him why he has neck pain. And so he has a quantum healing session and he sees a memory. And in this memory, he fell off a ladder and broke his neck. And just in recognizing and understanding that he brought forth that cellular memory into this life with him, and his body still remembered, because our bodies are much more complicated than we know. And they hold a cellular memory that brings forward things from other lives. So just in recognizing and validating that he fell off the ladder and that's what was causing his neck pain in this life, his neck pain disappears. That's the simplest way I can really explain it in words, how this works, because we are tapping into the quantum field. The quantum field is literally everything that ever was, all that is now, and everything that ever will be. It's literally limitless. And what the quantum field is it's just information. It's information for everything. So in a session, you'll be tapping into that field to bring forward to you information that you need to know for your healing. And not only information that's healing for you, but we can actually tap into source, and your higher self can physically heal your body, which is amazing. You have that capability within you to heal yourself completely heal yourself in this lifetime. And I know this because I've done it. I've had my own sessions and done my own healing work, and I know that it's possible because I've done it. And I like to share that with people to give them hope that you don't have to suffer. You don't have to suffer. You have it within you to heal what you're suffering from. The pain that you have, the chronic illness, the trauma, your scared inner child. You have the capability to heal these things. And, there's nothing to be afraid of in a quantum healing session, because you will be the most safe and loved and supported you've ever been in your life by whatever you believe in, your team of guides, your God, your higher self, your subconscious, whatever you believe in, that will be available to you to keep you safe and protected and loved. And some people just need to be in that loving space and to feel safe, to know that it's okay to experience what they're experiencing while they receive that healing energy. And so when I say every session is different, I really mean every session is different. Like, some people don't experience any lives at all. Like I said, some people just explore metaphors. Some people don't see metaphors, they don't see lives at all, but they experience a deep healing energy. So the idea is that when we are in that relaxed state of being, tapped into our subconscious mind, that is what allows for the deep cellular healing of the body. And whether you actually feel the energy running through your body or not, some people feel it, some people don't, that's okay. But usually people do feel it because it is very powerful. You are receiving that healing just by the intention alone. As soon as you decide to book a session, you're going to start getting information that flows towards you. You might have your questions answered in dreams or in other ways. All kinds of things will start. It gets the ball rolling because you're giving the message to the universe that you're ready. Because this is something you have to be ready for. This isn't something you just jump into like willy-nilly. You really have to be ready for this because this is a big experience. It's not a regular session. It's not a reading. It's, this is really deep, deep work. And I'm just your guide in this work. I'm just here to keep you safe and comfortable and relaxed and guide you through your journey. But it's really you that's doing all this work. The higher aspects of you is doing all this work. It's not me. I'm just your guide. So I don't know if that helps. I know it's hard to find the words, but basically how a session goes is when you decide to book a session, I'll send you an email with everything you need to know, how to prepare, practice visualizations, practice regressions, meditations to help you get into that relaxed state of being. And then we will have a pre-talk, maybe an hour or more, to get to know each other a little bit better. So you're not just, telling a stranger your whole life story and trusting them on the day of your session to take care of you. We can meet up beforehand and get to know each other a little bit. Go over your questions because you're going to write down a list of questions for your higher self. And your higher self knows the answers to all your questions because everything is stored in your subconscious. So anything you've ever wondered about in your life, maybe unusual encounters or dreams or the root of your physical, mental, emotional, spiritual issues, your questions can be anything from, am I making the right decision? Why did I choose my family? What am I supposed to learn from them? Am I a starseed? Is this the right career choice for me? Anything, absolutely anything you can ask. And I will give you a list of sample questions in the email that I send you. So after we have our pre-talk, we'll pick a day that works for both of us. And on that day, we will meet up online via the Zoom app, a free app that you can download on your phone or computer. And you will just need a pair of headphones, and that's really it. You just want to make sure to set that up and make sure it works. And whether it's online or in person, the energy is the same. It doesn't make a difference. One of the amazing things about BQH is that it can be done online. There's no restrictions like in QHHT. So if we do meet online, you'll be in the comfort of your own home, in your own bed, in your own space. And that might take some of the anxiety away. If you are super anxious, we can also do something called consciousness tapping technique, which will help relax your body. It's just like tapping and releasing some of those extra emotions that might come up. And so on the day, we might do some of that. We might do some practice visualizations just so you can get an idea of how the information is going to come to you. And then you're just going to lay back and relax and follow my voice as if you were listening to a guided meditation. Now, by the end of this guided meditation, you might land somewhere in a specific memory, in a metaphor, and then we will walk through this exploration of your consciousness. You'll just report back to me what you're experiencing, what you're feeling, sensing, knowing, seeing. Some people have visuals, some don't. It's okay. So you'll report back to me and I'll ask you questions and we'll move along in this little exploration of your consciousness. We might visit one scene, we might visit several. It all depends on how it goes. And then after we're done exploring, we'll call forward your higher self or whoever is available to speak with us. Sometimes it's a guide. And that guide or your higher self will help us answer all your questions and explain to us why we saw and explored those certain memories. And this is how you tap into these higher aspects of yourself to bring forward information that you know. It's all within you. I mean, we talk about higher like it's something bigger than us, but it's really within you. It's all in your heart. It's all within you. And you're just pulling forward this information that you already have within you. And the most important thing about this is to trust yourself. Trust in your knowing. Trust the very first impression, the very first things that pop into your mind, whether that's a feeling, a word, a phrase, a sentence. Just trusting in that. This is really a journey about trusting in yourself because all healing comes from within. And so we have to be able to fully trust ourselves and trust the information that we're getting. And this isn't always easy for us because we're so used to functioning from the conscious mind, right? We're very much logical beings. But if you just speak to your conscious mind, ask it to step to the side, that you want to tap into your subconscious now, that it's done its job, and you just let it go and keep coming back. Just keep bringing yourself back. Let the thoughts fade away and keep bringing yourself back. And I will be there to help guide you to do that. So this is the part after we answer your questions and everything, and then we'll have your higher self or guide do a body scan. We'll scan your body for any physical issues that you may have or any spirit attachments that you may have. If you're open to the idea of spirit attachments, this isn't anything to be afraid of. Sometimes as humans, we have other spirits that get attached to our bodies because they are lost and they didn't go to the light as soon as they passed away. They stuck around on our plane of existence and then didn't know what to do, so they will attach to people. And these souls have just forgotten their own light. And so we will help guide them back to the light, ask Archangel Michael to come down and help them, and we'll remind them of who they are. So you're not just helping yourself, you're helping these other souls as well that may be attached. Now, this is only if that's something that you are concerned about or believe in. I know a lot of people, that doesn't jive with a lot of people, and that's fine too. We don't have to look at those things unless they come up. Sometimes they just randomly come up in a session and sometimes try to block. And these attachments can explain things such as maybe, a lot of times people will take on the characteristics of these spirit attachments in their behavior. Like if they, their specific addictions and things like that. They might even be the root cause of a specific pain you're having in your body. That happens frequently. So, because as humans, we're not taught that we have to maintain our energetic body. We're not taught anything about the energetic world at all and how to maintain our energy and how to protect ourselves from these things. So if that's something you're concerned about, we can definitely take a look at that. And if that's something that happens to come up in your session, I'm equipped to deal with it and help them find their light and send them home. So there's nothing to ever be scared about, because everything has the spark of source light within it. And they've just forgotten their light. And that's why they get attached to us, because they're looking for the light. So we'll do the body scan. Your higher self or guide will help you heal whatever issues are going on in your body. If your majority of concerns are health related, then that will be our focus. And then we'll finish by bringing through the light of source, through your crown, through your body, just to wash out whatever, extra misaligned energy is left. The light of source will help flush that out down into the earth, where she can recycle the energy. So I had a question like, is this an energy balancing? Absolutely. By the time you're finished a session, your energy will be fully in balance and clear, because we pick up so much stuff in our everyday lives because we're not generally equipped to energetically handle the world, because we haven't been taught. So a lot of our issues are actually, well, they are, the root of them is, what's the word? It is like lower vibrational energy that's attached to us. And so we heal energetically first, and then that will manifest physically. Sometimes the healings are instantaneous. Like if we release, like I had one that was stuck in my right shoulder blade, and we released that energy. It was a human soul attached to me. And when we release that energy, instantly gone. Some healings take a little longer. Like after my first session, which I totally believed in 100% that it was going to heal me, because belief is the most important thing for this to work. You have to believe that you have the power within you to do this. I believed in it 100%, but I didn't wake up the next day like completely physically healed. And I was a little bit like disappointed by that. But I realized later that if I would have woken up the next day completely physically healed, I don't think I could have handled that. Because, and I'll tell you why, it takes time for the human to let go of things, even pain. As much as you think you want to get rid of your pain right now, today, there's a part of you that doesn't. And so it takes time for this energy all the energy healing we do in a session to fully integrate into the body, and to slowly release what no longer serves you, to release the trauma and the things that are causing your actual pain physically in your body. However, that's not always the case. I mean, some people do feel immediately like a lot better, a lot lighter, but it doesn't always happen like that. But I'll tell you what, within 6 months, I was like a brand new person. 6 months. And that is a split second in the grand scheme of things, especially when you've lived with chronic illness for so long. To be almost fully healed within 6 months is incredible. So, like I always say, I don't promise a miracle, but it's worth a shot. It's always worth a shot. You're going to get something out of the session, no matter what it is. And it also depends on like the work. Did something just fly by? Did you see that? It also depends on the energy and effort that you put into it too, and the belief that you have in yourself that you can actually do this. So after the session is over, you might be like slightly buzzy still, and I take extra steps to ground you, to make sure you're nice and grounded before you leave my apartment or before we get off, online. You might have some symptoms in the following days, like just general flu-like symptoms. You might have some emotions come up. And this is because we're doing a lot of energy work. And the body is so dense, right? We're working with high vibrational energy, and the body is so dense that it takes time for that to work its way through your body and for the body to fully integrate it. So I don't want you to be discouraged if you wake up the next day feeling like you've been hit by a truck, because that can happen. And that is just the body integrating and clearing and releasing those energies. As you release the old energies and integrate the new energies, your body is going to need time to adjust. And if you have emotions come up, don't be afraid of them. Just be with them. Be with the emotions that come up and allow them. Allow them to move through you, because that's what emotions are supposed to do. Energy in motion, right? They're supposed to move through us and not get stuck in the body. And that's how a lot of us really end up getting chronically ill, is we have all of these really big emotions that we have suppressed and stuffed down into the body because we weren't safe enough to feel them at the time. And that's how the trauma gets stuck there in the physical body, because we didn't have a safe place to offload. And so we suppress it to keep ourselves safe. But you don't want to do that after a session. You really want to get into the practice of allowing yourself to feel what you're feeling and let it move through you, and then release it, and it's gone. You know, it's really, that's how it's supposed to work. So I will also, so just be gentle with yourself, really gentle. Do what you have to do. Walk on the grass. The earth is incredibly healing. Walk on the grass with bare feet. Take a salt bath. Listen to calming music. Journal. Be with yourself and allow yourself the space to continue to process your healing. And you should start to feel better within the week, and things will start going upwards. What else? Oh yeah, so I'll send you your recording, usually that same day or the next day. And you want to listen to your recording at least once. I know some people never listen to it. You think you remember everything that happened. But even if you do remember everything that happened, there are some things that it's gonna click more. Like it's just gonna make that click. And you're also going to receive the healing energy again every time you listen to it. So I recommend at least once, but even if you go to bed every night listening to it, your subconscious mind is going to hear it, and you are also going to physically get the energy, receive that energy. What else? So yeah, that's pretty much it. And I'm always available for, like, you know, if you have questions afterwards. I don't just leave my clients like hanging. You know, I always check in to make sure you're doing okay. And if you have any questions. I hope I explained all that as well as, I did as well as I could. If anyone has any questions about it, just please reach out to me. I'll be happy to answer any questions. Like I said, words are really limiting when it comes to this work, because it is quantum and it is difficult to put into actual words because it's so all-encompassing. There's pretty much nothing we can't address. Any issues you may be having, we can address. So there's no limits when it comes to this work. The other thing I want to mention before I go is, you know, I don't just offer one-on-one sessions, which are amazing, but my partner I work with, Baquiran, she's also able to surrogate for you if you or a child or a pet, meaning stand in for you to have the session for you, or to do what we call a tandem session. Hold on, my dog's barking. Right back. Sorry about that. So in a tandem session, because Karen and I are twin flames, there's each of us, and then when we come together, we create a third energy. And in a tandem session, she will be under hypnosis with you. And we together create this third energy, this healing energy for you to be in. And these sessions are really powerful because that energy helps to assist in your healing. And not only that, having someone there with you in a session helps to validate the information you're seeing, sensing, hearing, knowing, and take some of the pressure off of you to perform. It also creates this beautiful symphony almost of this creative experience between you two. So she's able to pull forward information from the quantum field that you might not get otherwise to assist in helping you understand your journey. These sessions are really powerful. So if you're worried about, not being able to relax or, not trusting yourself, the tandem session is really helpful in that way. There's also an in the bubble session if you're interested in quantum healing but not quite ready for a full session. You submit up to 5 questions for your higher self. Like, just write them in to me, email me, and then I put Karen in trance. She answers your questions, and we send you the recording. It's that simple. So if anyone's interested, please contact me. All of our information is down below. You can check out our directory. We have lots of videos on YouTube. There's examples of sessions there if you want to get an idea of how it really works and what it's like. And I'll tag a bunch of stuff down below so you can check it out. You can also find me on Facebook and Instagram. I'm mostly on Facebook though, at Quantum Healing with Tina. So yeah, I'm looking forward to working with you, or if it's not me, find a practitioner that you feel comfortable with. And yeah, I hope you have a beautiful experience. These sessions are really amazing, and I'm just always blown away by the results and how incredibly healing they really are. So yeah, thanks for listening to me, guys, and I'm sending you so much love right now. Times are really tough, but we're going to get through this together. So if you need any extra help, just reach out to me for support. I also offer oracle card readings, like intuitive oracle card readings, where I can bring through messages for spirit for you, or answer just for general guidance, or just to answer specific questions. And those are like $25 for 30, 40 minutes. So yeah, so reach out if you need support. I love you, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.